Well, here we are again. 72 hours since Leeds last played at the City Ground, having opened the Premier League season with a fixture here. We've all headed back down the M1 again and found our same parking spaces and our same seats, exactly the same seats as on Saturday, and now the same sight of the two teams emerging from down below. The one big difference is the composition of those two sides, this being the Carabao Cup and all. 6 changes to the Leeds starting 11, 5 changes to the Forest team. That was to be expected, that was anticipated, but having said all of that, you would have to say that both teams are fielding what would be deemed to be strong sides here, so there's no kind of academy element for either of these sides, at least in these starting 11s. Presence potentially from the bench later on, but the two teams that begin this are largely battle-hardened. So you would expect a tough tie here for Leeds this evening, as it was a tough league fixture at the weekend. Leeds United supporters here again made the same journey and have travelled in good numbers and have filled the away end to our right-hand side. I'm not sure we'll be able to say the same about the Forest fans, though the Forest team up first, you'll see that they have given a starting debut to Diomande, who was on the bench at the weekend. Schlager, who came off the bench, so the big summer signing, is also in the starting 11 for them. The Leeds United side, you'll see that Nico Elvedi makes his first start for the club, having made a fleeting appearance here as a substitute at the weekend. James Trafford keeps his place in goal, and Ethan Ampadu again captains the team. So strong starting 11 and strong bench as well. Leeds, it would appear, looking to make progress in this competition. I suppose that's the whole aim of the exercise, when you start building your squad so that you have cover in every position. A process that Leeds United are now involved in, having made it through that first Premier League season. They're wanting to be adding to their numbers now to strengthen, so that in situations like this, the starting 11 doesn't look demonstrably different to the team that's it's replacing, if you like, with those 6 changes. Players gather in the huddle in both halves. It's a fine evening. There's a bit of a breeze blowing across the pitch, which has certainly helped cool the weather down. It was warm on the way down today, 25 degrees, but that's dropped fairly considerably now, and it just has slightly the feel of, dare I say it, an early autumn evening. The same ritual we had played out here at the weekend with Mull of King Tyre, the Forest pre-match anthem being belted out by the supporters. So the seats have filled up pretty well now, to be fair. There are gaps, there are spaces, particularly on the far side, but they've brought the ticket prices down to a sensible level for this game this evening. So it's a good opportunity. A lot of young fans in the ground. It's a good opportunity for them to sample highest level football. And the hope and the aim for Leeds United is that there'll be another opportunity to do that in rounds to come as well. Early attack comes from Nottingham Forest, and Ampadu steps in but concedes possession straight through to the halfway line, and then it's knocked out to Aina, who is a busy figure down this same touchline in the first half on Saturday. A couple of changes out on the pitch for both teams, and also change in the commentary team for this game this evening, as Tony Dorigo's come back in from the reserves.
Well, I've decided to leave San Francisco, and I'm back with you, Bryn. Well, Aina here with a long throw.
We knew that was going to happen. We saw plenty of examples of that at the weekend. Hurled into the penalty area, and the outcome is a good one for Forest, because they have the first corner kick of the game. Schlager, the new man, has come across to take it.
Yes, and those long throws and corner kicks, we had to be big and strong and defend plenty of them. I thought we did it really well.
So changes at the back, but the Leeds players will have to do the same here. Schlager curls that one in. Trafford, good punch, kind of whack as he went to meet the ball there. It comes back out, and the shot from a good distance out from Nico Williams is high over the crossbar and into the middle of the Leeds fans.
Once again, it's a very good delivery in, but Trafford are just so confident. I'm sure if I was out there as a defender with him behind me, I would certainly be calm and confident in what the keeper does, because there was an excellent punch, high and away.
Trafford's goal kick. Justin on the halfway line. It's gone back. It's a little loose. It's given Muharemović a bit of a job to do. Goes back to Trafford. He puts his foot through it and slices it somewhat. And it comes to the near side technical area, occupied by Oliver Glasner. And with a nice first touch, he delivers it into the hands of Aina for the throw-in.
He should be out on the pitch. Decent control. Just looking at our formation as well. There's three at the back and James one side, Justin the other. And there's wing-backs. Haven't got it down yet. No. Justin just hoofed it out. Yeah,
another one goes straight into touch from a Leeds player's foot. And this time it's James Justin. So Aina is back on duty again. I think this one might go short. He's quite a long way from the penalty area this time. He just go back with it. And Diomande going to arrive for £34 million from Sporting, Portugal. Sels with a long ball forward. Good work by Elvedi to get his foot round his opponent, and then Nmecha has it for Leeds on the edge of the centre circle. Milenkovic is tight to him, sending him out towards the touchline. He clips it down the line though, and it finds James, and he puts a low ball in. It wasn't a bad idea, but Okafor was at the back post effectively, and Longstaff had gone to the near, and it went between those two players and was picked up by Sels.
Yeah, Longstaff went to the near, but didn't really commit to going there, always 2-3 yards behind, and unfortunately Okafor on his heels couldn't get there, but decent work from Nmecha on that right-hand side.
Another strong challenge from Elvedi, who's up against a big striker in Chris Wood, who we saw come on in the second half at the weekend. And Elvedi has wrestled him to the ground twice now.
I don't mind that. Yeah, he's very experienced, clearly strong, and doesn't mind the physical aspect of the game, and that's what he'll have to get used to, but so far, summing up well.
Coming off the back of that decade-long plus spell at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Oh, hello. Muharemović there with a little drag back and then a little shuffle of the feet, and exquisite little moment of skill there from the Leeds central defender.
Didn't look like a central defender then, did he? Really comfortable on the ball. Just, of course, has to make sure when he takes that sort of chance that it's stacked in his favour, but did well.
Oh, yes. Great when they work. Nottingham Forest finds space down the Leeds left with Kalimuendo coming back inside to Schlager. And then it's back in the Forest half. And they move it forward through Jesus out to the left side, and Williams, the fullback, up in the Leeds half. Into midfield it comes, and Domínguez wasn't involved at the weekend. Domínguez feeds it out to that left-hand touchline where it comes back into his feet, and he plays it into the penalty area. Aina waits at the back post. He wins the header, and it goes across the area, and Trafford is clattered as he goes to collect it beyond the far post, and I think he's got a free kick for that challenge.
He has. Kalimuendo, I think, just went straight into him. Always going to be a foul.
Kalimuendo arguably came off worse there. So Trafford will take the free kick that results. Sends his teammates forward. So in the early stages of the game on Saturday, he was able to play from outside the penalty area, James Trafford, but Forrest got wise to it and pushed players up. So he was going long with his kicks, and we've seen an early example of that as well in the opening 6 minutes of this one.
Just a foul. Dan James fouled his man as he was clearing it up the line. Very
different setup to first game in the Carabao Cup last season, that game at Hillsborough. when Sheffield Wednesday, devoid of senior first-team players, played a very, very young side against Leeds and led till late on. Leeds equalised and then lost on penalties. Wasn't a great evening all round, but this one looks different, feels different.
It does, and just by looking at the sets of players out there, tempo already is high, quality's high, lots to play for.
And Leeds have a throw-in, which Ethan Ampadu has gone to take, because he is able to put this one into the Nottingham Forest penalty area. Ampadu flicked out towards Nmecha, couldn't quite direct it into the path of a teammate. It's cleared out and Dan James collects it on the halfway line. It goes all the way back to Trafford, who is occupying a position some way out of the penalty area. Just in now. Up the line for Tanaka. Out Tanaka to Okafor. Okafor made a cameo appearance on Saturday, but to good effect. Got involved with the game, gave Leeds a little extra dimension down the left.
There's no doubt that sort of player, it's not what we're missing, but we need more of that, don't we? And he can certainly turn a game with his ability.
Ball is with Longstaff, another player who was influential when he came on in the Premier League fixture. Muharemović at the back. Rolls a pass forward to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu to his right to Elvedi. Elvedi wearing the number 30 on his back, by the way. Muharemović 5 to Justin 24, and then a spooned pass forward. Justin has to go into atone for his error, and then the ball pings back into the path of Milenkovic and keeps it away from Nmecha. You'll hear the gust. It's blowing across this pitch here from left to right as we look. Maybe coming in off the Trent, the river that runs behind the stand on the far side of the ground. Trafford with the ball at his feet as the home supporters find their voices. Rodon stabbed it forward looking for Dan James. James didn't quite get to it, and it was the Forest challenge that took the ball out of play for a Leeds United throw-in.
Yes, Cunha, big and strong over there, the left-sided centre-half with a strong challenge.
So it's Elvedi is the middleman of the three on the ball now. Leeds found they were matched up in terms of the starting formation by Nottingham Forest on the weekend, as Glasner favours the three at the back system as well. The roar there is for James Trafford putting another kick forward into touch. Aina back into Diomande, and Milenkovic goes out to the left side to Williams. Worked past Ampadu, and now Aina's on the run forward. He's on the edge of the Leeds penalty area. He's gone for goal, and James Trafford had to be alert because he'd gone to his right and he had to quickly get back across to the other side to pad that ball away from goal. It was going in.
Well, it certainly was, because Trafford's position, he was ready to come out and grab the cross, but he also knew he was quick enough to get back to his left-hand side if required, and he certainly was. It's a good save.
Aina fooled everybody there. They were waiting for the cross to the far post. He went for the shot to the near instead. Now another Forest corner. Goes towards the back end of the 6-yard box, where head goes up and it carries it over the, I think it was Rodon's header that took the ball out of play over on that far side. So they may well call for, are they going to use Aina? Yes, they are. Nico Williams steps away from it, so they send the long throw man over to the far touchline to do his thing. He heads towards the corner flag, from where he'll be taking this throw in for the home team. Well, he goes in short because the runner came in. Looked like a foul throw that from Aina, because he just basically dropped it at the feet there of Igor Jesus as the cross comes in. Trafford catches comfortably and then throws out quickly to Okafor. Okafor trying to get past Schlager, and it comes off the Leeds man and out for a Nottingham Forest throw in.
Actually, an excellent throw also from Trafford, but Schlager did well.
Ball is up on the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Really good defending from Elvedi, because there was a danger there on the edge of the box that Kalimuendo might pick up on the through ball. Elvedi stepped across and kept it away from him.
Longstaff there, just trying to feed it back to Rodon. Plays it out of touch, so a bit more defending to do. And Aina, off he trots again.
All the early pressure is on the Leeds United penalty area, and they are sending the central defenders forward here. Diomande, Milenkovic move into the Leeds United penalty areas. The ball is thrown in towards them now. It goes in high, headed across towards the near side, headed away from goal by Justin. Importantly, that could have found its way just inside the net, and then the referee stops play for a foul in the middle of the challenges in the box, and Leeds have a free kick.
Well, that was excellent from James Justin. And you're right, that was sneaking inside that far post. And he got himself in the goal and heads it clear 2-3 yards out. Trafford may have got there, but didn't need to, because Justin was there.
Trafford with the ball at his feet. Plays a long one through the middle. Nmecha beaten by Milenkovic, but it comes back to Nmecha fortuitously. And now he plays an Okafor, who's on the edge of the penalty area. Puts a crosser into the penalty area. Taken down well by Dan James, but it just rolled away from him and gave the defender the chance to clear quickly. Leeds have it back again, though, with Rodon down the right side touchline. On it goes to James. Puts his cross in the middle. Nmecha from the near just flicked the ball through his legs, trying to get it on goal, but it almost came for Justin, who was behind him. And then Forest get bodies round it and clear it.
Good play on that right-hand side, and you're right, Justin has just taken a chance, gone into the middle, almost got on the end of it.
Longstaff to Tanaka's caught after the ball is released there. Sean Longstaff, referee spotted it and allowed the game to go on because Leeds still have the ball. Longstaff on it. Lost by Longstaff from the pass out from Elvedi, and now Leeds are having to defend in the penalty areas. The first block is made by Tanaka. He's got to go across and do it again, and he does do it again. Clears it out as far as Williams, and then it comes back out for Milenkovic. Leeds fans hail the Japanese internationals' challenges, and they've just seen another absolute blockbuster there as well. Now Okafor's on the run for Leeds. Plenty of bodies alongside him. It's played out to James, gone a little too wide, but he's got to the ball on the edge of the penalty area. Coming in now to the box, into the near post. Nmecha was waiting. Up in the air it goes, and it comes out for Tanaka with a volley. And he is frustrated because he couldn't quite get over the ball to keep it down, and it went over the bar.
Well, that was excellent play, and Tanaka with a couple of fantastic challenges. Races fully 60-70 yards up the other end of the pitch, and when it does come out to him, yes, it's a difficult skill, but he just rushes it slightly, gets underneath it, and can't hit that target. But good play all round.
He started it, and he was hoping he was going to finish it. Not quite. Long ball forwards into the Leeds half. Elvedi up against Wood, and it goes past both players and out for a Leeds United throw in. Only one previous meeting in the League Cup between these two teams, perhaps surprisingly, and that was in the semi-final in 1978, a two-leg semi-final, and Nottingham Forest won both legs to progress pretty comfortably to a final, which they won in their first of 4 League Cup victories. Beat Liverpool after a replay. Aina. So both these teams obviously have won this competition previously. It's the first major piece of silverware that Leeds United under Don Revie lifted, of course. And here's an opportunity for them to get going, because they've been gifted a possession in the Forest half. Nmecha to Tanaka. Tanaka on to the far side to Longstaff. Puts it across goal. And it goes just beyond any Leeds player waiting in there, and carries behind for a goal kick.
Well, I just wonder if a shot was a cross, just by the weight of The ball, it looked to be a cross, but unfortunately no one was on the end of it. We win the ball back in the midfield. And when Longstaff gets it, just tries to put it across, still not sure. Looked at the replay, who knows?
I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do there, Sean Longstaff, because I said goal kick, but it actually has gone out for a throw-in. So the ball is back in play from the hands of Aina. Here's Tanaka. Pushes it back to Elvedi. Now Rodon. Tanaka, nice touch, gets it back again. Good football. Lovely stuff. Tanaka with the ball from Nmecha. And then just rolls it onto Ampadu, gets it back again. Elvedi to his left to Muharemović, and then to this near side Okafor. Okafor skips through a couple of challenges, but when he tries to play it into space, Schlager takes the ball. And it goes back to Sels in the penalty area. And the keeper clears up into the Leeds half. Elvedi wins the header against Wood. Comes down for Justin, who just sends it all the way back to James Trafford. And there's a good pace to this game. Elvedi gets it back off Muharemović. And Tanaka. Ampadu.
Nice.
Leeds are popping it around here.
Yeah,
quite
you're right.
Nicely.
With pace, it's looking good. First time passes, pretty triangles, getting ourselves further up the pitch. So far, so good.
Ampadu back to Elvedi. Arrives with a reputation as a good passer of the ball.
Well, Elvedi just looks so comfortable, doesn't he? Rock solid.
That ball is a little loose. Forest are able to win it back, but only briefly. They've given it away again, and Leeds have it on that right touchline where Dan James is on it to cross, and it comes all the way over, and it nearly arrives in front of James Justin, and it required Diomande's clearance just before it got to him into touch to prevent him, James Justin, having a real crack on goal.
Just need to bust a gut to try and get across the defenders there, because James on that right hand side, that's a lovely ball in, but someone needs to be on the end of it.
Ampadu will take the throw in for Leeds. Plenty in the penalty area. In it goes, heads up towards goal, but it bounces through into the hands of Elvedi, from Elvedi into the hands of Sels, and it's an easy pick-up for the Forest keeper. I would say that Leeds won the first ball in there.
They did. Muharemović was the one that just flicks it on, but no one once again was just following in. That's a Dominic Calvert-Lewin position where tucks it in at the back stick.
As we saw in pre-season.
Yeah.
Schlager on the edge of the penalty area plays it forward for Nottingham Forest. It comes back again. There's a press from Leeds, so Sels just puts it up in the air, and it drops on the head of Dan James, and then it comes down for Muharemović, and he goes back to Trafford. And then gets the ball back off the keeper. Trafford talking to his defenders, pulling Elvedi back in again.
And after weathering the early storm, I think we've certainly got the upper hand, got our foot on the ball and starting to control things.
20 minutes gone, 0-0 here at the City Ground. Carabao Cup, second round. Tanaka turns a great ball out to Rodon on the far side, and then he's a little unfortunate that he can't get it past the Nico Williams, fellow Welshman, and Williams goes down under Rodon's attempt to get the ball, and it's a free kick, and Forest play it back to the goalkeeper. Straight ball out from Sels into Jesus, back into his own penalty area to Milenkovic. Turn to his left, and then Jesus comes in deep, sent up towards the halfway line. Elvedi
Lovely.
Wins it, cushion pass to Tanaka, and then Justin, and now Elvedi out to this near side. Okafor takes it down.
Take him on.
Slows it up instead and goes back to Tanaka. Centre circle, Muharemović across to his right to Elvedi. Further wide to Rodon. And then Ampadu, great ball over the top. And James is into the penalty area, and Leeds have men in. Longstaff, oh, he just got the ball a little caught under his foot there. And it came off him, and it went straight into the hands of Sels. That was a great chance for Leeds United with plenty in the penalty area.
Well, it certainly was. Nico Williams beating all ends up. James gets there. Longstaff is just hanging out 8 yards away from the goal. The ball to him, it's actually decent, but Longstaff doesn't quite make the perfect connection. Gets it stuck under his feet, and Sels a comfortable save.
That's the best opening of the game, that. And it all started with that brilliant ball from Ethan Ampadu. Dropped right in the path of Dan James, who'd got in behind Williams. Jesus up against Ampadu. Wood falls over. Jesus keeps the ball, so the referee decides not to award the free kick he was preparing to give, because Nottingham Forest are coming forward now, down their left. Ball comes back into midfield to Domínguez. And Schlager. Domínguez again. Turns it to his left, and then it comes back into a more central position to Schlager, who takes it out wide, and it's then all the way back to Milenkovic. Behind him is Sels, and he has the ball now. And Sels will send it long out towards the left touchline. Watching and waiting there was Dan James, who won the header, playing in that wing-back position. Now he's got to chase back to try and keep the ball in play, which he does successfully from a loose pass from a teammate. And then comes back for Trafford. Muharemović. Straight ball for Okafor, held up, free kick. And Muharemović just strolling forward. Sense that how he likes to play the game.
Yeah, nice ball. Always looking to get it as forward, as much quality as he can. And there he wraps it along the deck. And a free kick on Okafor by Diomande.
Daniel Farke has taken to the big coat very early on in the season here. Maybe it was a little chillier than he was anticipating.
Normally I'm the first with the big coats. What's going on?
He's beaten you to
I've been trumped.
As we mentioned, there is a breeze, but I think it might be quite warm in that one. Tanaka with a short ball into Trafford. Trafford just walks it out the penalty area. And then, well, now who's at fault there? He arrowed the pass into Muharemović, but he took his eye off it, I presume, and it actually sailed past him right on the touchline, went out for a throw.
Well, Trafford actually was quite lucky for that ball to get through, but you're right, he pinged it. Muharemović, I think, probably thought that the striker was going to intercept, took his eye off of it, and then missed it completely.
Schlager in the middle of the Forest half, moving forwards now. Plays the ball out to this near side, and then it's sent down the line. Aina's not getting to it before Justin. Justin steps in, and it comes off him and goes out for a Nottingham Forest throw-in, which Aina will take. Aina goes back into his own half to Diomande. Schlager, the other new signing. They've signed a goalkeeper as well. Now then, Longstaff through the middle. Plays it, just beyond the outstretched leg of Nmecha there. And Lucas Nmecha tried to just take the pace off that ball, but couldn't quite get to it, and it went beyond him, and Forest regained possession. But they've given it away, and now Nmecha will go in to try and win it again for Leeds. And then a second challenge from Rodon, which almost gets the ball back in the Forest half. But finally, the home side get the ball under some sort of control here. Although Sels is racing across his 6-yard box to get on the end of that pass. And he sends it long into Leeds half. It comes off the head of Wood against Elvedi, but Elvedi goes round the other side and wins it there instead, and then passes it out nonchalantly. Tanaka loses out in the midfield. Schlager, there's a free kick coming here for Nottingham Forest. And a yellow card for Tanaka for his involvement in that challenge in the middle of the Leeds half.
Yep, unfortunately, Tanaka has just turned into trouble. He loses the ball, and then trying to quickly win it back, just wipes out Jesus from behind. Foul and yellow card is about right.
I think it was the extra. He kind of hooked his leg around him to make sure he didn't get up again, didn't he, as well? So, combination of the two elements of the challenge. See him yellow carded. First player booked tonight. And Nottingham Forest with this free kick, a long way away from goal, but central. It's, what is it, 5-6 yards outside the centre circle. Schlager and Williams both over the ball for Nottingham Forest. Everybody else ahead of them. Williams it is, lofts it in, headed away by Ampadu. Aina waits to collect for Nottingham Forest outside the box. Sends it out to the left side of the penalty area to Jesus. His attempted cross is blocked by James. Schlager with a nodded header down to Aina. Tanaka tries to lead the charge out. Forest send it back towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Up in the air from Milenkovic, and then Muharemović comes out to Schlager, gives it away. Counter-attack is on potentially if Nmecha was all on his own. He needs a bit of support here, Lucas Nmecha, surrounded by red shirts, and ultimately they close the door, and then Nmecha stays down, clutching his knee as if he'd been fouled there, but nothing doing, and Daniel Farke is not a happy man down below.
Yeah, I think it was his foot, or got stamped on, but he couldn't quite find the space to get it through to Okafor, who made the run, just needed to give him the ball, and he couldn't.
Leeds are giving the ball back this time. Okafor is carrying it for Leeds United now. A little lucky to get past Diomande, puts his cross in brilliantly, and Nmecha was stooping but couldn't get it on the end of it right in front of goal. Comes out to James on the other side, now with Longstaff, who comes back out to Rodon. And Rodon back to Sean Longstaff, looking to try and cross maybe here. Oh, on it goes to James, who's onside. Puts his cross high, but it's drifted behind there from Dan James, and that will be a goal kick.
Well, the earlier play from Okafor is superb, and once again the ball is fizzing across that 6-yard line. Just got to get on the end of it. And once again, Nmecha just a yard or two too late. James on the one side, Okafor on the other. Hopefully next time we'll get a man running into the box.
Yeah, a lovely shape on it, that cross from Okafor, but Nmecha wasn't able to make the timed run to meet it. Rodon with a header forward into the Forest half. Nmecha intercepts it and chests it on to Longstaff, who gives it to James. Leeds on top at the moment in this game. James going down the right side. On it goes, well, it was trying to get it to Longstaff, but it's not found his man. Nico Williams has it back for Nottingham Forest. Great challenge by Muharemović. And, great footwork as well. And now it's Longstaff on the edge of the penalty area for Leeds United. Comes back out. Oh, it's a loose ball, and now there's a real problem because Rodon had come forward, and it's 2v1 as it comes across to Wood, and Wood's gone through the legs of Elvedi, and then a brilliant challenge, quite brilliant challenge, came in from Joe Rodon, who celebrated it with a fist punch as if he'd scored a goal. That was marvellous defending from Joe Rodon. The timing, the precision, got it just right.
Oh, superb. Wood was lucky to get it past Elvedi, but Rodon steaming back, saw the danger, helps his team out with a wonderful challenge.
And his reaction tells you that what Joe Rodon does is defending. Elvedi in possession for Leeds. Muharemović out to this left side, and Tanaka adjusting back again to Tanaka into Ampadu. Muharemović back to goalkeeper Trafford. Skims it across the turf, and this one goes straight into the possession of Cunha. But Leeds quickly win it back. Now then, Tanaka from the centre circle. There's plenty of support here for him. And it's played into the Dan James run into the penalty area. Shoots goalwards. Keeper saves it. Comes back. And again, Nmecha rolls his little shot through his legs. And it just spins agonisingly away from an open goal and rolls behind for a goal kick.
It will not go in. Beautiful ball from Tanaka. James was already 5 yards ahead of his man. And the shot was well saved by the keeper. Second attempt going away from goal slightly. Nmecha had to go back to try and get it. The flick didn't quite get it on target.
Okafor was waiting behind him as well, but didn't get that far. Nmecha just tried to direct it in from the 6-yard box. Long goal kick from Sels. Elvedi wins the header and then the second ball, and then it's helped on by Nmecha. A really good game, this.
It is, and we're certainly now well on top. Just got to be careful with our passing. We saw once Tanaka losing the ball, and I think Longstaff, a couple of passes now have been to the opposition, so tighten up on that. But apart from that, we look to be picking off Forest nicely in that midfield. Just got to try and find that final pass in the last third.
Aina with a short throw to Schlager and back again. Onto the chest of wood. He just whips it high in the air over to the far side. James waits underneath it, heads it up in the air, and then goes after the second ball and gets it on to Ampadu. Does well to win both headers. Ampadu gives Elvedi a bit of a stretch, but he copes with it. And then the ball goes forward, and it's in between Nmecha and James, but it's just hacked straight into touch. So Milenkovic hands Leeds United the throw in.
And what I've seen in this first 32 minutes from Elvedi is that he is rock solid. He's been really good with the ball, calm in possession, and certainly strong in the challenge.
Ampadu up in the air. Schlager hooks it forward, but that's way over the head of anybody in a red shirt and straight through to Trafford. Leeds fans in good voice as Muharemović has the ball. Into the middle to Ampadu. Sent out to his left side and Justin. Into a little space for Okafor. Rolls the ball under his foot, carries it inside. Runs into trouble there. Too many Forest players around him. Loses the ball. Jesus has it. Ampadu
challenge.
Slides into a challenge. It still spins out to the left-hand side though, and Kalimuendo. And comes back towards the midfielder Domínguez. And to his right to Diomande. Schlager and Diomande exchange passes on the halfway line. Given away to Tanaka. Now then, Nmecha turns from the centre circle, looks to his left where Okafor is. He carries it still, and now he plays it into Tanaka. Oh, and he almost made room for himself on the edge of the penalty area there, but I think the pass was meant for Okafor, wasn't it?
It was. That was the pass. You could see the pace in it, was trying to get it out to Okafor. Tanaka, just as he was running, decided to get in the way, which was unfortunate because the angle for Okafor would have been a better one.
And Nmecha made the point afterwards as well to his teammate. Tanaka on the ball now. Back he comes to Muharemović. Sends it back to the goalkeeper. Goes wide to his right to Elvedi. Lifted forward. James with a header, but it's to Schlager. Closed down by Ampadu. Sent back into the Forest half and then all the way back to Sels from Milenkovic. Out to Diomande. 10 minutes to go in the first half. 0-0. Sels with another long ball forwards. Muharemović glances the header straight back into the path of James Trafford, who can collect it, pick it up and then roll it out.
Superb. Muharemović there did look very easy. It was a high ball. He's running back towards his own goal, but just glances off his head into the arms of Trafford.
Elvedi to Longstaff. And then back to Trafford again. Straight ball out for Muharemović and then turn back into Elvedi. Keeper helps them out. Elvedi over on the right side, up the line to James. Looked like he was fouled after he released the ball there. In fact, both Elvedi and James. And the referee has given one of those two challenges as a free kick. I think it's the initial one, Elvedi.
Yeah, certainly was a late challenge, but once again, it's calm in possession, drawing on the Forest players, trying to play through them.
Eddie Gray appears on our monitor screen. Picked out by the match director. Leeds with a poor clearance, goes straight to Schlager. And then from the halfway line, the press from Justin was good on Diomande, so he opted to go all the way back to Sels, who sent it long up into that Leeds half again. Elvedi beats Wood in the air, hooked on by Muharemović. Although Longstaff will chase, it'll go back to Sels comfortably. And it's passed beyond Longstaff, who've gone forwards. And then good work in the middle of the park for Nottingham Forest from Domínguez. Jesus keeps the ball in play and goes back to Diomande. Nottingham Forest, who were European semi-finalists last season, but had a bit of a struggle in the Premier League. Perhaps the two things were related. On the point, it would appear, of signing Liam Delap as well. Reports ahead of the game this evening suggested that a deal has been agreed between Nottingham Forest and Chelsea to bring Delap to the City ground.
And that will be a big investment. No doubt the days before the transfer window shuts will be interesting for lots of teams.
Justin against Wood.
Brilliant.
And Justin gets in fairly well ahead of Chris Wood there. It was an important chase he had to win because Wood was clean through if he didn't. And he got there ahead of him, and not only did he get to the ball, but he kept possession of the ball for Leeds United as well. Ball goes out to Leeds right, up the line from Rodon. James just tried to let it run beyond him, knowing that Nmecha was waiting, but it was cleared into touch by Williams. So it's a Leeds United throw. Rodon in position to take it from that right side touchline. Joe Rodon just looking for a little bit more movement before he releases it. Gets it into Tanaka, into his feet. Tanaka tackled hard by Williams, and then good footwork on the halfway line. Sees Forest open up a little bit of a gap through the Leeds midfield, and they still have possession now, and it's played out to the left-hand touchline. Potential cross into the box here. In it comes all the way out to Aina, who's in the area, who tries a half volley, and it dips, but nowhere near enough, and it drops into the midst of the Leeds fans behind Trafford's goal.
Well, the cross from the left-hand side comes a long way, and Aina is at that back stick. He then just knocks it up in the air and tries to volley it, but he just tries to smash it as much power as he can. What happens there is no accuracy. That's exactly what happened to Aina, off the right side of the boots and over.
Trafford into that Forest half. Nmecha, nice little roll ball into Okafor. Now Justin, clattered on the near side touchline by Aina as he went past him. Leeds free kick just in from the touchline, midway inside the Nottingham Forest half. Taken quickly back to Longstaff. Ampadu, Muharemović. I should remind you that it's all settled this evening. Penalties if needs be, no extra time. Here's Okafor on the left side of the penalty area. Tries to get his cross in. Aina with a good block. The ball spins out of play for a Leeds United throw-in. Ethan Ampadu is already waiting to get involved.
Here's long throw time. We've had it in those wide areas quite a lot, haven't we? Some decent balls in as well, but haven't taken advantage of them just yet.
So Ampadu biding his time. Plenty of space for the run up to the touchline here at the City ground. Throws the ball in towards the near post. Sels comes and he makes, well, he made a bit of a hash of that. He dropped the ball as he came for it, but the referee has helped him out by awarding him a free kick for some contact in the midst of that.
Might have been Joe Rodon, I think, who's gone up with the keeper.
That's
no,
not a free kick.
Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing at all. Keeper's made a meal of it. Didn't get around the bodies. Somehow ends up with a free kick.
Muharemović was close to him, but he was stooping in front of him. I don't think he even made any contact, but no. Free kick was given. Goalkeeper takes it. Wood. Well, he got a little push in the back there, maybe from Muharemović, but I think he was waiting for it, wasn't he, there, Chris Wood, as he stooped to chest it down. So it's a Nottingham Forest free kick just inside the Leeds half. Leeds are dropping back towards the edge of the penalty area to defend this. And Nottingham Forest have sent everybody forward. which would suggest that they are going to go conventionally along with this one. Williams, edge of the area, ball drops in the box, and the shot coming in from Milenkovic, who spun on it, but it was high over the crossbar when he hit it.
Well, the first flick goes to Nottingham Forest. Milenkovic then tries to control it, doesn't really get opportunity to have two touches there without getting closed down. We closed him down well, and with the central defender hit it over the bar.
Trafford swings it out to this left side. Nmecha up against Diomande. Diomande on that occasion comes out on top, puts his ball over the top, and Trafford races out of his penalty area to clear it forwards. Keeps it in play, clearly, deliberately, and then Elvedi. Good work from Elvedi. Held on to the ball, held off two challenges, and just played a safe pass to Dan James.
Yeah, been really impressed with Elvedi. Does the right thing at the right time, and of course with that sort of experience that he's got, he was bound to be a shrewd investment, but he's looking very good.
James Trafford taking his time over the clearance forward here. Ball is in play, so he's every right to. Milenkovic beats Nmecha. Centre circle, Ampadu pokes it back for Muharemović. First time ball from Rodon is misplaced. Jesus now Aina into the middle. Aina, poor ball actually, and Dan James saw where it was going and got there first. Over the head of Longstaff, bouncing around in midfield. Schlager now with the ball on the ground. Then good interception by James. What can he get going for Leeds here? Plays it into the path of Okafor, who's moving the ball forwards for Leeds United. Not far outside the penalty area. Comes inside, plays it, tried to play it into the path of Longstaff, but it was cleared away. Muharemović has it. Ball through the legs there of Kalimuendo, who winced as he saw what happened. Longstaff. Ball is behind James Justin, given away. Won well back by Tanaka. On his knees, down the line for Okafor. Leeds moving players into the penalty area now as Okafor holds on to it and comes out instead to Muharemović. Straight ball for Ethan Ampadu. All the Leeds outfield players are in that Forest half now. Ampadu in the centre of the half. To his left to Muharemović, who's got a chase, because it was a bit overhit from Ethan Ampadu. And when he gets there, he sends it back to the halfway line to Elvedi, and now Ampadu on the ball again. Muharemović back to Ethan Ampadu. Last minute of the half here. Doubt there's much to be added on. Elvedi. To Tanaka. Sends it back into Muharemović. Gets the ball back off Elvedi. Justin back to the Bosnian, now the Japanese international, Tanaka. Muharemović turns it to his right to Elvedi, who goes further wide to Joe Rodon. Just puts a long ball up down that far touchline. James is there with Williams. Up against each other, it drops kindly for Nico Williams, who sends it back to the goalkeeper. And it's a long ball forward from Sels. Tanaka tried to get up to it. Jesus got to it. Ampadu has it now, though. And that's bang on half-time as the referee puts the whistle to the lips. 45 minutes are up. The score is all square. It's Nottingham Forest 0, Leeds United 0. There have been promising moments, particularly for Leeds United, but nobody has yet come close to making the breakthrough.
No, and certainly in the first 10 minutes we had to withstand quite a bit of pressure. They had a few long throws and corner kicks, but we stood up to that task. And after that, we gradually got into the game, started to dominate, and really got down the flanks rather well. But I just think when we were picking Nottingham Forest off in that midfield area, there was space to then run into and use well, and we didn't use it well enough. Got to get into that box in that 6-yard area. There's been a couple of balls fizzed across. Haven't finished them off, but it's been a good 45. We're certainly on top.
And all to play for in the second half. Just to reiterate, it's 45 minutes more action if it is all square at the end, straight to penalties. But let's hope Leeds have got a couple between now and then. Half-time scoreline, Nottingham Forest 0, Leeds United 0. Two teams are out, and it doesn't look like either manager has opted to make a change here. just scanning the two groups of players. Fans in front of us stand as a bit of wings blasts out over the PA again. Scarves are once more held aloft. And we're ready to start the second half. Leeds United kicking towards the travelling fans in this second period. The referee waiting to get the signal to get the game underway again. Now, he's still not ready. Everyone else is.
Keeper just getting his gloves on.
Now we go, and the ball goes straight back to Sels. He sends it straight up into the Leeds half. Wood chests it down for Jesus. Hooked straight to Nmecha. Back for Ampadu. Has to chest it down himself, and then it goes out to his left to Muharemović, and then on it goes into the path of Okafor. Just too far ahead of Okafor there, though. Diomande took it forwards, and Nottingham Forest work it in from that right side, but Tanaka wins it back well. He's dragged back by Schlager. Cards coming out here, no question. And then the ball is kicked away by Schlager as well. Tanaka, who had wriggled away from the marker then, and it was a little tug on his shirt that stopped him getting forward for Leeds.
Yes, I think he was just having to take a few deep breaths, but Tanaka did really well there to intercept once again in that midfield area. He was away, but for the pullback. And now in possession with Abott.
Abott with a short ball to Muharemović. Muharemović looking to the left side for the run of Tanaka, but that's too heavy, the ball through, and it bounces up and straight into the hands of Sels. Suspect that might be something that's been talked about at half-time there, with Tanaka making that run down the channel. Yeah,
but he wasn't convincing with the run. He kind of went as if, yeah, I'm supposed to do this, rather than believing he was going to get there.
He's on the ball now, played it on to Okafor. Okafor. Somehow, Longstaff got on the end of the ball, but somebody had come back from an offside position there. Possibly was Longstaff himself, as Schlager gets his head down and gets forward for Nottingham Forest here. Ampadu goes shoulder to shoulder, does really well with his challenge, gets the ball off him, just eased him away from the ball there, and now Leeds can counter-attack. Leeds have 4 going forward against 4 Forest defenders. Okafor into the middle to Rodon, and Rodon out to the right side of the penalty area, and James into the box he goes. James trying to get it across, and Leeds United have a corner kick, and the roar goes up from those fans behind the goal.
Well, Okafor, I thought it was one-on-one against Diomande. Instead, Milenkovic come to help. So the ball was moved to this right-hand side, and James almost got the cross in, but well defended by Nico Williams.
So Longstaff will take the corner for Leeds United from this near side. It's Leeds' first corner, I think, isn't it? This Longstaff raises hands above head, just loops it into the penalty area. The flag is raised for something that the assistant's seen in there, and it'll be a Forest free kick.
I think it might have actually gone out before coming back in.
If that's the case,
that was disappointing.
It is the case, then that, as you say, is a little disappointing. Set pieces proving to be a very important part of the Leeds armoury. So if you've waited a while for one, don't waste it. Rodon, good ball to Ampadu, but not such a good ball. It's beyond Longstaff. Williams for Nottingham Forest. Swings it out to the right side. Justin wins his header against Aina. Ampadu's underneath it in the centre circle. Directs it back to Muharemović. And he's played the ball to his right to Joe Rodon. Dan James in from the touchline to Longstaff. Longstaff has to go back to Rodon. Across the back it goes, and out to the left side to Ampadu waits just in from the touchline, up the touchline to Okafor, and back to Ampadu again. Muharemović drifts past a couple of Forest players, glides I should say really.
And he does, he moves so well, doesn't he?
Elvedi to Rodon, to his short to his right, back into Tanaka in the Leeds half. And it'll go all the way back to Trafford. Out from Trafford to Tanaka. He's got to chase after this to keep it in play. Went under his feet. He sends it back to the goalkeeper as if to say, well, should we have another go at that one? Trafford this time opts to go long, right through the middle. Milenkovic comes off the top of his head. Waiting behind him is Diomande. Okafor will gamble and go and chase the keeper down, but it's played past him and out to Diomande. He just plays his ball forward up towards the halfway line. Poor header back in, straight back into the path of Longstaff. Here's James in the penalty area. James for Leeds United. Lifted over Sels and goes to stand and take the acclaim in front of the travelling supporters. Clean finish from Dan James. Leeds are in front. Forest 0, Leeds 1.
Oh, that's an excellent goal. And finally, we pick the ball off in that midfield area. And this time we do find the quality. Really was an excellent ball. When it comes back, Longstaff picks it up. Couple of touches, sees the space, gives it to Dan James. And Dan James out of his feet with the first touch. And second touch up and over the keeper into the back of the net. Good goal.
Sean Longstaff alert and found just the right ball when Nottingham Forest presented Leeds with possession. Dan James did the rest.
And that sort of position on the pitch, we had that in the first half a few times, didn't we? Never quite made the best of it. This time we certainly did. And finally, Sean Longstaff played an excellent ball for Dan James to finish.
52nd minute. Muharemović with a header clear, and then Ampadu with another. Out towards his near side, and a bit of a mess made of that by Cunha. Straight into touch for a Leeds United throw-in. We saw a number of times in the first half where Nottingham Forest conceded poor possession in their own half, and Leeds didn't make them pay the price, but on that occasion, most certainly did. Rodon with a throw forwards. Big noise from the travelling fans. Rodon just lifts it forward. Sels will come to the edge of the penalty area to grab that one. Sels drops the ball to the ground and then clears long. Wood against Elvedi. Wood stretches the ball out, but it's too far for Jesus. Given away by Ampadu, straight to Aina. He's had a chance to get going forwards then again. Squandered that opportunity. Rodon, great challenge to get in the head of Nico Williams.
Yeah, excellent. And this is where we've just got to switch on. We've got the goal, got our noses in front. Now it's time to double down on the concentration.
Williams doesn't really have an option at the moment. Goes down the line. Wood waits and has the ball. He has Elvedi, story of the evening, tight to his back, and it comes out off Wood and out for a Leeds throw-in. So it was a fine piece of work by Elvedi there to conjure up a Leeds throw-in from that position when he was behind Wood, wrapping his leg around him. Rodon will take the throw-in for Leeds, just up from the corner flag. Puts distance on it, but it comes back in his direction. Elvedi with a proper defender's clearance. Nmecha with a fancy flick that doesn't quite come off. Forest have it at the back with Diomande over the halfway line. Straight ball. Muharemović makes a good challenge to help Leeds win the ball back, and now Longstaff in midfield. So it needs a little bit of the control and calm there. Muharemović and Elvedi providing that, and then nice ball into the path of Longstaff, although Tanaka intervened and took it for himself.
Actually, Longstaff was away, wasn't he? If he just let him have it.
Longstaff's ball doesn't quite find the feet of James on that occasion. It goes back to Sels in the penalty area. Okafor's quick in there to try and close down Diomande, but it's turned past him and out to Aina. Aina sent back into the penalty area by James Justin, who's high up the pitch for Leeds in the Forest penalty area. Elvedi, good header against Wood. And then it goes out to Justin, and he almost gets it, works it into the path of Okafor. Sels is given the ball back on the byline. And then it's all going on that right side, and Muharemović goes down, and Forest go forward with Kalimuendo into the penalty area, and it drops to Wood. Brilliant save from Trafford. What a stop that is from James Trafford. Dropped down to his left-hand side. The ball was going in, he kept it out. Now Leeds can counter-attack at the other end. Nmecha, it's 3v3 here, as Nmecha has played it into Okafor. Okafor's in the penalty area, comes inside. Oh, he's put it wide. Well, he'd done all the hard work there, no Okafor. He'd worked himself into a position for the shot on goal, and we were waiting for the net to ripple.
Wow, that was just incredible. All started by, actually it was Elvedi who went down, and then we were really short-handed at the back, but when Trafford pulled off that incredible save up the other end, Elvedi joined in at the attack. He made a good run, allowed then Okafor to get it on the left-hand side in plenty of space, and like you, Bryn, I thought he was going to just tuck it into the back of the net, waiting for the net to ripple, but he missed somehow.
So that was a real chance to maybe wrap this one up. Not taken. Still a contest. Longstaff, header, goes into the Forest half. Nico Williams sends it back into the Leeds half. It's a poor ball from Williams, and doesn't get a very positive reaction from the home supporters as that one sails out for a throw-in. Rodon has the ball for Leeds United now. A smile on the face of James Trafford as he's captured by the cameras.
Well, some save, wasn't it? It really is.
Aina, he's gone past the first challenge. The second challenge is a foul to bring him down from Longstaff. May find himself in trouble here. It would appear that the referee is going to let him off with just awarding the free kick.
It was James Justin first challenge. Yeah, gets clipped and down he goes.
Both Justin and Longstaff went in to try and stop his forward run. Well, they did, but it's cost a free kick, which is kind of midway inside the Leeds United half. It's pretty central as well. As we saw in the first half, Williams and Schlager stand over it. Schlager leaves it for Williams. Out to the near side. Nmecha's underneath it, comes off his back and rolls out towards the near side touchline, where Jesus keeps it in play and gives it back into the middle, and it's curled into the penalty area, and it's flicked on towards the far post, and then the flag is raised. I think we're probably two outside at the two offside rather at the back post then. Wood definitely, probably Aina as well.
Yeah, good defending again, just holding that line. The flick on was one, and then of course a couple of players offside.
So Trafford sends his Leeds players forward, because Forest have left three up just in case he played it out short.
Forest looking to make some changes as well. Don't like the way things are going. Glasner will certainly
multiple
bring
changes,
a few changes. Yeah,
it,
absolutely.
Three at least here, four I think coming on for Nottingham Forest here. So significant changes to the Forest 11. Aina under a bit of pressure in his own half, twists and turns and runs the ball out of play and trying to escape from his three Leeds markers there. So it's a Leeds throw in midway inside the Nottingham Forest half. James Justin throws it back to the halfway line to Muharemović, and then it comes inside to Elvedi. Nico Elvedi with the ball at his feet, back to Muharemović. On into the path of Justin, but it's a little hard at him, and then it's cleared into touch for a Leeds United throw in.
Well, a bit of a miscontrol there by James Justin, but Diomande just passed it straight out of play as well, back to us.
The three of the players who are coming on have been identified. They're standing down below us, so Murillo, Ndoye and Netz are all to join the action. We saw all three at various times on Saturday. Good turn by Aina. Little pass into Schlager, but he's well challenged by Ampadu, who's robbed him of the ball and given it to Okafor, who's into the penalty area. A couple of step overs, comes inside Okafor, still with the ball at his feet, tries to tee it up for Ampadu, and Ampadu's shot is dragged very, very well wide there. So didn't quite work out.
Well, you say shot. Yeah, unfortunately didn't catch that one very well at all. Okafor tried to fashion half a yard of space to have a shot himself, but never did. And after that, gave it to Ampadu. Not the easiest of opportunities, and he dragged it wide.
Hudson-Odoi is going to be the fourth of the quartet to come on. So, first man off there was Kalimuendo. Murillo will go and play at the back, as we saw on Saturday. And Chris Wood has done his bit up front, so he departs and is replaced by Ndoye. And Jesus. Well, actually, they've got the wrong number up there.
They have, yeah.
Because Wood isn't coming off.
And the coach was talking to him about positional and tactical stuff, and I'm thinking, well, he's coming off, isn't he? Clearly not.
Yeah, they definitely put the number 9 up, so there's been an error there. The fourth official has got terribly confused with these number of changes, it would appear. Aina is off for sure, and Netz is his replacement, technically at least. So Jesus was the other one who went off, not Chris Wood. Leeds yet to make a change, but the subs are warming up to our left-hand side. Murillo with his first touch ball forward onto the head of Wood, who's directed it straight out of play for a Leeds United throw-in on the halfway line.
So now in behind Chris Wood, a couple of fresh attacking players, Hudson-Odoi and Ndoye as well. So time to switch on again.
Schlager. Good challenge. We both said it.
Yeah.
And again from Elvedi.
Oh.
He's got to go and get involved here again now. Schlager, and it's played up to the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Comes back out to Netz on this near side. Netz to the ball to Hudson-Odoi. Holds it up and comes back out. Just outside the penalty box, a bit further away from the area now. It's with Domínguez. Now Murillo. Plenty forward for Forest, and it's played nicely into the gap for Domínguez. And James Trafford stretches up in the air, and the ball was on target, and he just directs it up over the crossbar.
Yeah, I couldn't take a chance either. Not sure if it was going to creep underneath the bar or not, but just got to help it on its way. Actually, it probably was, so he needed to make the save, and just does. Fingertips, over the bar it goes.
So Nottingham Forest with a corner kick past the hour mark here. Leeds United 1 up at the City ground, but defending now. And Williams is going to take the corner for the home team. Dropped in towards the penalty area. Trafford punches away. Schlager waits, puts it back into the box. It's cleared out again as far as Hudson-Odoi. Back to Williams on the edge of the Leeds area. Trying to get to the byline. Gets his cross in, but it comes off the back of Justin, who blocked well. Back with Williams once more, though. Williams into the edge of the area. Little approach with Domínguez, but then the ball is a terrible one. And it's gone straight across the area and straight into the path of Okafor. And he charges over the halfway line. Nmecha's racing through the middle. And then Okafor is felled as he got past the first man and was ready to head towards the penalty area. And Leeds have a free kick, but could have had more without that foul.
They could have done, but Netz knew exactly what he was doing. There was no way that he was allowing Okafor to drift past him. Body checks him, down he goes.
Free kick taken. Leeds are out to make their changes now, and again there's going to be a clutch of replacements coming on. So we can see Stach and Wilson, 2 of the 3 who are going to come on shortly. Longstaff back to Trafford. Played out to Tanaka. Nice ball from Tanaka to Okafor. He'll take on Milenkovic. Milenkovic slides across in front of him and gets enough of a touch on it, and it goes out of play. Cunha was actually who made the challenge, and it goes out for a Leeds United throw in.
Yeah, Cunha pretty quick across the ground, wasn't he? It was decent. Normally Okafor just flies past his man, but not that time.
Elvedi in the centre circle. Short ball to Longstaff. Now Ampadu. And back to Muharemović, who's under a bit of pressure, so he goes and turns to James Trafford to help. Trafford with the ball at his feet. passes it out to Ampadu. He has to swing it forward because Schlager was on his back. Comes out and it drops nicely for James, but Netz gets in front of him. And then it's pushed on out to this left-hand side to Hudson-Odoi to attack the penalty area for Nottingham Forest. Into the box he goes, comes in onto his right foot on the edge of the area. Goes out wide and Tanaka makes the clearing header. And then Nmecha looked like he was knocked over, but the referee doesn't agree. Yes, he does agree. It's a free kick to Leeds United.
And even there, Alverdi, superb defending. Hudson-Odoi was waiting for Alverdi to make a challenge. He didn't. He just held off, made him go backwards. And eventually to safety.
He's on the ball now, Nico Alverdi. Swiss international. To James Trafford. Long kick forward from Trafford. And Milenkovic header goes up in the air twice, straight up in the air, and then Longstaff gets in on the end of the second one. Nmecha does well to poke it out to this near side touchline where James waits. He's fallen over, he's fouled by Hudson-Odoi, went through the back of him.
He's fallen over, stroke fouled. I'm with you in that he was always going to go down, but Hudson-Odoi just got the wrong side of him, so it's a foul. It's clever.
So Longstaff will take this. Perhaps his last set piece, we'll see. Depends who Stach comes on to replace shortly. Aaronson also ready. Longstaff, all the Leeds players waiting at the far side of the penalty area. Longstaff just in from the near side touchline. Puts the ball in, headed clear. Dropped a bit short there. Williams cleared it away. Ampadu with the head sends it back in again. Alverdi was lurking, but you need to get back because Forest are on the counter attack now. And Longstaff's going to get yellow carded here for his challenge, and I think Longstaff is arguing that there was no contact.
I don't think there was, and there's no doubt that Ndoye was just going down expecting the challenge. The challenge did come in, but no contact whatsoever. So,
and he's right, we've just seen a replay. There is no contact. In fact, he's miles away.
Well, that's frustrating.
So Daniel Farke, who was very well positioned to see that one, was not entirely impressed. But Sean Longstaff has made his final contribution to the game. One big moment for him, the pass into Dan James. So Longstaff departs, Wilson comes on, Okafor comes off, and Aaronson comes on, and Tanaka comes off, and Stach comes on. So fresh legs on for Leeds United for the final 23 minutes of the 90 here.
Yep, so Nmecha up top, Aaronson one side, Harry Wilson the other, just tucked in behind him.
Schlager for Nottingham Forest. Across the middle to Murillo. Onto Netz. Domínguez out to this near side to Hudson-Odoi. Works it up towards the box, clears into the, crosses into the middle, headed away by Stach. And then underneath it is Aaronson, lively. And he's got the run of Nmecha to his left, and it bounces back off the defender into the path of Nmecha, who moves it forward for Leeds up to the edge of the penalty area now. Trying to get inside, plays it into Aaronson, turns away, tees it up for Ampadu, lays it off for Stach, who will have the shot! Oh, just wide. I thought he was going to do it again then, same end. This time the top corner, but
wow.
It just went past the post.
Well, heck of a shot yet again. Gets it onto his right foot. Only one thing in his mind, just hits it. That is so close. Started on target, but then just curled away. But the pace and power was impressive.
Alverdi behind him is Rodon. His attempted pass goes out of play for a Nottingham Forest throw-in in their own half. And Cunha plays it square to Murillo. Sends it all the way back over to the other side. Justin challenges bravely against Williams, and it comes off Justin, but he stays down. He took a blow in the ribs, I think, there, didn't he?
Yeah, that looked really uncomfortable, that one.
He's helped to his feet now by Brendan Aaronson.
Hopefully just winded.
He's smiling as he's back up, but he's also blowing his cheeks out. Now he's got to get back and defend this Nottingham Forest throw in from a position just inside the Leeds half. Actually, Williams goes back with it into his own half. And it comes all the way back to Milenkovic. Another change coming for Leeds shortly. Bogle is being readied. Possibly for Dan James down this side. Ampadu doesn't find a teammate, and Forest have it in the Leeds half. Ndoye out to the right side touchline. Chance of the cross in from that far touchline, and it comes back for Ndoye again. Trying to turn away from Anton Stach, and he does it. Aaronson trying to back him up. Still the chances there for the cross in. Now it does come in, and it's nodded back to Schlager just outside the area. Curls the ball in, hacked away by Elvedi, and it goes all the way into the centre circle, and Leeds players have to get up the pitch to follow it, where Forest pick it up again. Over this near side, James is defending. It's gone past Dan James, and it's gone out of play. And if James didn't touch it, it's a Leeds throw. If he did, it's a Forest throw, and he did. So now the change will be made. Bogle is going to come on, and just to confirm that it will be Dan James, the only man who's scored a goal so far this evening, who is coming towards, well, he's already at the touchline, frankly. So short walk for him back to the dugout. Job done.
Yeah, good job done. He's lively up and down this right-hand side all game.
Ball is sent back to Sels inside the final 20 minutes as the ball is back in Leeds half. Rodon wins a header. Murillo sends it back, and then it's flicked in by Netz, and then it's flicked out of play by Hudson-Odoi. He got it all wrong there.
Yeah, misunderstanding between the two. Glasnow just getting up at the edge of his technical area, willing his players on.
Rodon will take the throw for Leeds. Down the line, over Nmecha. Wilson behind, but Milenkovic is much taller and wins the header. Stach, Nmecha. Oh, Nmecha's brought down by Schlager, who's already been yellow carded. And that was a late challenge. I think the reaction from the Leeds fans tell you that they're just reminding the referee there that player involved is, he's a bit lucky, you know.
He certainly is. That could easily been a yellow card. Great footwork, wasn't it, from Nmecha? Not once, but twice.
Nmecha's picked himself up, and it's Wilson who's in place to take this free kick for Leeds United now. Harry Wilson out towards the left side of the penalty area. Heads up from Rodon, but it comes out for Ampadu. Oh, he's absolutely cleaned out. Ethan Ampadu is clearly going to win the header, and the card is out again here.
Cunha just was always second best. Ampadu was getting there. And as he's gone up to win the header, he's just taken out.
Again, not a good challenge. And, could have been pretty bad if Ethan Ampadu had fallen badly there, but he managed to roll through it. Leeds have the free kick. Chance for Stach this time to put it into the penalty area, where the yellow shirts are waiting. Couple on the edge of the box, Wilson and Aaronson, just in case. Stach puts it into the middle now, and it does come down for a shot towards goal from Ampadu. He swung a boot at it, it got a deflection. It's gone behind for a Leeds corner.
Well, when the ball bouncing in the box, it's Elvedi, I think, that knocks it back to Ampadu. Difficult, though, to get onto the ball. So many bodies around, but Forest player must have got a touch. And out for a corner kick now, Stach on that far side.
Leeds fans behind the goal give him a round of applause as he goes into position to take this corner now into the middle. It's headed up, it's dropping on the far side, and it's going to be headed out towards the near side touchline where Wilson waits. He just lets it run, and now Ampadu will be called for as the ball is down by the corner flag, which is where throw-in will be taken from.
A couple of great deliveries, to be fair, from Anton Stach. Well defended by Forest.
Well, we saw Ethan Ampadu from this position in this half on Saturday almost create the moment for the Muharemović header. Ampadu in with this one, and the referee has told him to wait, although he'd already thrown it, because he wants a word with one of the Forest players in there. Murillo, is it?
Murillo, I think.
So Ethan Ampadu will attempt to do again what he did on Saturday, create the chance for his teammate from this sort of position. Ampadu. Oh, he's looped that one in. Elvedi came to try and meet it, and it does go back in from Muharemović, and it's at the back post, and it's in! It's in! It's touched in by Nmecha on the goal line. Absolute chaos at the back post, but it looks like final touch either Justin or Nmecha. It could be James Justin who's taking the acclaim. They were both battling just to force the ball into the back of the net there. It doesn't matter who got the final touch. The crucial fact is that Leeds United are 2 in front.
Well, it's a throw-in from Ethan Ampadu, which just slips out the back of his hand, so it goes really high. However, it's Elvedi that keeps it alive somehow. And then Muharemović just heads it back across. Chaos at the back stick. And I'm not sure who gets it in. Nmecha touches it. Did it go over the line? Maybe not. And when it comes out from Nico Williams, that's when James Justin then makes sure and touches it away. I think it actually could be James Justin's goal. What a mess.
Make of that what you will.
Right, we're seeing another angle here. Keeper.
Does it go in there?
I don't think it goes in. I think actually James Justin gets it. It's a messy, messy goal, but who cares? It's worth the same. It's a goal.
And James Justin's celebration, you will love when if you get a chance to see the replay of it, because he is acknowledging the fact that it was a bit of a scruffy one, that I think.
And Nico Williams has gone down, so he's come outside the 18-yard box. He was the one that was lying on the line trying to keep it from going over the line, but he's now gone back down injured.
Inevitably, Nico Williams falling to the floor. You know what chant that prompts from the away end. He's had enough, but he was right in the thick of it, trying to get that ball to safety then. I think it might have gone in already at the point, that first point, which would make it an own goal, would it? I don't know, listen.
So look, did Nmecha get a touch there? Or does it actually come off Nmecha? Who knows? Does it matter?
Well, it does to somebody.
Okay.
I mean, if you got, I don't know, if you got 25 quid on Nmecha for second goal, or
granted, I'm sorry, whoever's out there with 25 quid on
or
Nmecha.
Actually, if there's a goal bonus in the players' contracts, then maybe a discussion to be had as well. We can continue to discuss this because Nico Williams is still sitting down receiving treatment for Nottingham Forest, and so in the meantime players have come to the near side for fluid intake. The Leeds United fans are enjoying themselves behind the goal, and now Williams is back up, and the game should restart again here, with Leeds now 2 in front in this Carabao Cup Round 2 tie. 13 minutes remaining.
I think if it stays like this, Forest will be pretty sick of us. We've played well. We certainly have played well. Could have even been more. And also, let's not forget, they may have scored as well, but for a wonderful Trafford save.
Yep, goalkeeper doing his job at one end. Hasn't had an awful lot to do, but that's the key to it, isn't it? Those big moments, making the big saves. Nottingham Forest ready to get the game underway, so there'll be quite a bit to be added on at the end of this. After that stoppage, Sels with the ball forward. Elvedi with a header forward. Spins past Ampadu. Wilson down the line for Aaronson. Good ball into Nmecha, and he's dragged back there by Murillo. The card's got to come out again here. And he grabbed the arm of Nmecha, who was about to take the ball past him.
They're starting to lose their heads, and Murillo's complaining to the referee. I mean, why? I mean, very, very poor.
Change coming from Nottingham Forest. Amari Hutchinson is coming on for them, and it's Nico Williams who has obviously not fully recovered. And Nottingham Forest play Liverpool away at the weekend, so possibly erring on the side of caution there as well. One of the Leeds coaching staff is speaking to one of the members of Sky Sports touchline staff, probably asking for a view on something that has been happening, maybe even to find out who the goal scorer was. I don't know. Wilson with a free kick in, headed away by Hutchinson, comes back for Wilson. Bogle sends it out to the left side. Muharemović is there to chase it. Still up by the corner flag, and still, oh, he's won the ball back well. He's clipped it in, oh, almost put it into the path of Aaronson. And now it's over with Anton Stach on that far side, and now Aaronson, you'll hear the away fans, I'm sure. And then the ball goes out of play for a Leeds United throw.
Great work, it really was. Muharemović stayed up there on that left-hand side and blocked the pass. Now a long throw, and Ampadu again on that far side.
Now Calvert-Lewin is being called back. He's the last change for Leeds, so the three potential other replacements return as Ampadu throws it into the box, headed away by Milenkovic, comes out for Aaronson. They're all still in there if they can get the ball back in. Ampadu comes out for Stach. Still yellow shirts are plenty in the penalty box. Leeds have worked it back to the edge of the centre circle to Bogle. And Bogle just diverts it to his left to Stach, and now it's with Aaronson going forwards and going down. No free kick. Yes, there is a free kick. Good work from Brendan Aaronson to draw that foul.
Yeah, clever from us as well, rather than just hooking it back into the box. One or two of our boys have started to retreat, so we kept the ball well, kept it moving, and drew yet another foul.
So this is in a good position for Leeds. Anton Stach, I don't think it's in shooting range, but he can...
Well, you say that.
I'm trying to create one of those, you know, tempting fate moments.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to shoot, but we'll see. He can certainly put it into the middle where plenty of the yellow shirts are waiting. Stach. He does whip it in. Great shape on it, going towards goal, and Forest somehow managed to clear that one out. Aaronson, oh, wonderful play from Brendan Aaronson. That's super. Great control. And just flicked the pass off. Wilson. Back into Bogle. We're in the final 10 minutes. Comes out to Rodon on this near side. He wins his header, strong in the air. Wilson comes back for Elvedi. And then Bogle all the way back to Trafford. Trafford out that far side, and that was a late one on Stach, and the referee saw nothing wrong, and Forest can attack Leeds into the penalty area. They come into the near post. Elvedi's behind it. Big appeals for a handball against the Leeds defender, but assistant was in line. Referee not so well positioned, neither saw anything wrong.
No, on the chest for me, but when the ball does come across,
yeah,
not even close.
Really good defending. Just pulled his arm back behind himself so that couldn't be anywhere close to the ball. Now the Nmecha for Calvert-Lewin switch is made for Leeds United. He's battled well up there, Lucas Nmecha, and he may have scored a goal. Then again, he may not.
But we're not sure. But yeah, done well up against Milenkovic. Not easy against the big defender, but he certainly wanted his fair share.
Nico Williams' own goal is being given by the press agency at the moment, just to tell you. So I did wonder whether that was the third option. Hudson-Odoi. Back it goes into Milenkovic. Turns it right to the far touchline. Great header from James Justin. Got high up in the air above Ndoye and headed it out for a throw-in. 7 of the 90 remaining here, plus a fair bit to be added on. Back it goes to Milenkovic in the Forest half. Only one Don Revie, as the Leeds fans reignite old arguments. Brian Clough with that ill-fated period in charge of Leeds United. 42 days, was it? Ball Hudson-Odoi. And that's another late challenge on Wilson. And that is a clear yellow card. He'd released the ball and he was caught really late then. And there is a clear indication that there's a bit of loss of discipline here from the Forest players.
Absolutely. You saw earlier. Murillo as well. Do something silly. Domínguez there just very late, and they're frustrated.
24,542 here this evening. And quite a few of them are heading home. Trafford with the free kick for Leeds. Calvert-Lewin, oh my word, he's been grappled to the ground. He gets nothing for it. And the ball is sent back into the Leeds half, where Justin just sends it back to Trafford. Can't pick it up, passes it out to Stach. And Justin up the line far side for Wilson. Tries to help it on to Stach, but it's diverted away, and then he tries to go and win it back again off Schlager. And Hutchinson before Stach slides in, and the ball goes out for a throw-in for Nottingham Forest up in that Leeds half. Back it comes for Cunha. Milenkovic. Schlager again. To his right to Cunha. Waiting behind him is Milenkovic. Sent back into the Forest half, where Calvert-Lewin will go up against Schlager. Comes off the back of Calvert-Lewin. Rolls kindly for Murillo, and it goes back for Sels. Puts it into the Leeds half, where Rodon wins his header. And then it's too hard from Stach for Harry Wilson, who's moving in towards him. Sales past him, goes out of play for a throw-in. Netz will take it. Netz throws inside to Milenkovic. Domínguez. Netz is on the overlap, coming forward for Nottingham Forest, coming inside. Great challenge. Oh, what? Ethan Ampadu, yellow, takes the tackle there. Shows what I know. Great challenge, say I. Yellow card. Free kick, says the referee.
I'm not quite sure he got the ball. That may have been the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just by the reaction of Ampadu as well, you could tell. But he actually agreed with the ref.
So Leeds have some defending to do. The one-man wall, currently one-man wall, is Wilson. Now it's Aaronson. They've switched. They're listening for instruction from Trafford. Most of the players are lined up on the edge of the penalty area. Schlager will leave this one for Domínguez. Goes straight into the hands of Trafford. Not a great free kick. An easy catch for the keeper. Rolls it out underarm to Elvedi. Sacked in the morning is the Leeds fans' latest humorous chant. Having had 4 managers here last season, Nottingham Forest. Well, it's not beyond the realms of possibility, is it?
Who knows?
Ball goes out to the right side of the centre circle in the Forest half. Back to Cunha. Turns it wide to his right to Hutchinson. Hutchinson comes inside and then sends it back to Milenkovic. All this is in the Forest half still. Murillo chips it forward. Rodon gets a foot in, but it comes back for Murillo. Now he's up in Leeds territory. Just Netz is almost on the halfway line, and Hudson-Odoi is on the halfway line. He turns it out right side to Cunha. Schlager. Murillo. Now the long through ball. Great header from Rodon. Down into the path of Bogle. Bogle just puts it up into the Forest half and invites Calvert-Lewin to make the run. He doesn't quite get there ahead of Milenkovic. Sends the ball up to the other end of the park. Leeds get up the park a little bit to try and close down before the halfway line. And that's where Ethan Ampadu does his work well. Steps in, takes possession, gets fouled. Leeds United free kick almost on the halfway line.
Yeah, well read from Ampadu.
Goal decision system we're looking at, and that tells us that it didn't go in from, I think that means it wasn't an own goal, doesn't it? The goal decision system no goal means the initial ball in.
I think so.
I think that means it's James Justin's
I think it's
goal.
James Justin, yep. Let's go with that. So that didn't go over. Justin gets there. It comes off the keeper, but Justin I think it hits
just in time.
And it hits Nmecha in the chest, I think, but after it crossed the line.
I've wasted that line. I should have kept that for a much bigger moment. Aaronson. I'll dust it off again in future.
Please no.
Aaronson trying a little flick to James Justin, aforementioned, who was trying to get forward for Leeds United, but didn't quite come off, but Leeds have a throw in anyway. We're in the final minute of the 90 now, and Leeds are heading towards the next round of this competition. And the Forest fans are heading towards the exits as their team also exits this competition. Calvert-Lewin tries to brush it off into the path of Aaronson, doesn't quite work. Stach now, he loses out to Schlager. Goes in, wins it back again. Ampadu. And it's pushed past them by Domínguez, and then Justin steps in, and then Cunha to Hutchinson and over on the far touchline. 6 added minutes. The board is up. Schlager, and now Hutchinson in the Leeds half, and out to this near side where Netz waits. Netz comes back out for Hutchinson. Hutchinson on his right foot, curls it into the middle. And waiting at the far post was Ndoye, but as he slid in, now we have a pitch invader, and he is bare pelt, no top on, and he has been quickly tackled to the ground here. So that was one of the worst pitch invasions I think I've ever seen.
With a particularly poor running style.
It was an unbelievably bizarre running style. He looked like one of those robots I've been watching on social media in that event in China.
But nowhere near as fast.
Nowhere near as fast. And he didn't blow up when he fell over either. In the meantime, there's a game of football to watch.
There is, and Ndoye had a chance at the back stick there. Couldn't quite get to the ball, but that was a little dangerous.
Aaronson has the ball for Leeds, but the free kick has been awarded to Nottingham Forest. And they've taken it, inevitably taken it quickly. Calvert-Lewin protests his innocence, but game is going on. Murillo comes out to Netz on this near side, and then back to Murillo again. Puts it forward towards the edge of the area, headed away by Elvedi. Said that a few times tonight.
I'm trying to remember the last time that Chris Wood has touched the ball, because you're right, Elvedi has just been there, everywhere, in front, behind. Superb.
Murillo. Netz back to Murillo again on the halfway line. Drops his shoulder and turns back to Milenkovic. Leeds fans enjoying the opportunity to sing Wembley, Wembley. Heard that song a few times last season, and actually came true, didn't it? So, first steps and all that.
Why not? That's the goal, isn't it?
Absolutely it is. I'd like to think it is. Ampadu just about keeps possession of the ball from Stach. And Trafford actually swipes his foot through that one. It doesn't go that far, but drops high into the centre circle. Calvert-Lewin down against Milenkovic. And Leeds win it back. And now they have a chance to move forwards with Aaronson. Great work. Nips the ball past the first challenge and then plays it into the path of Wilson. And now Calvert-Lewin shoots goalwards. Well, it would have been a wonderful goal. The Calvert-Lewin shot was too close to the goalkeeper, but the approach play was sublime.
Well, certainly was. Aaronson brilliant on that left-hand side, and when it comes to Wilson, first-time ball back to Calvert-Lewin allows him just to wind up a shot, but never quite caught it properly.
Would have been a suitable finale to this second half, in particular performance from Leeds United, because it's been very good.
Excellent. No, it really has been very good indeed. Didn't take our chances in the first half. We certainly have in the second.
Joe Rodon to take a throw in. Leeds had a rotten record at the City Ground going into the game on Saturday. Everything has changed. It's all turned. It was 1 win in 10, and it was 2 wins in 11, and now it's 3 wins in 12. Back to Sels it goes. Murillo down by his own corner flag on this near side. Good block from Wilson, just making sure the ball isn't going forwards. And with 2 minutes to play, that's exactly where Leeds want it. Murillo. Crossfield ball, picks out Hutchinson, still deep in his own half. So now he sets off towards the halfway line. Pushes it out to the far touchline. And it's carried forward down that touchline before it's backheeled back into the path of Hutchinson. Schlager's in the middle. Short pass from him to Hudson-Odoi, laid off for Murillo. And Hudson-Odoi miscontrols, and Bogle almost makes it, and then Trafford makes a bit of a mess of it as well. And Leeds are extremely fortunate that's ended up going out for a throw-in the on this near side touchline, because nobody really covered themselves in glory in that little tiny passage of play. Hutchinson, back it goes to Cunha. Again, he has to go back to the keeper. Leeds have filled all the gaps in front of him. Murillo back to Milenkovic again. Goalkeeper is the recipient. This is in the final minute of the game. Calvert-Lewin battling away with Chris Wood right till the end there, and again he's come out on top. Wilson running back towards his own goal, pushes it into the path of Rodon, just goes long with it, and Milenkovic will loop his header back to the halfway line. Ampadu underneath it. Hutchinson got in front of him. Ethan Ampadu can't make the challenge, he's on a card, but he will chase the goalkeeper down.
Some energy. It's the last minute of the 6 minutes of extra time, and there he is sprinting forward. Brilliant from Ampadu.
Muharemović turns it back to Trafford sensibly. Chris Wood, still game, 34 years old, chases the keeper down, but then the ball is back up in the Nottingham Forest half. And Justin, good foot in, and it goes out of play, and that will take us over the 6 minute mark here. So Leeds are almost there, and the referee will confirm that fact very shortly. Ball in the Leeds half, and there is the whistle to the mouth. There's the signal that Leeds United have claimed another victory here at the City Ground. Another clean sheet, 2 goals this time. It was 3 points on Saturday. It's progress in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday night. Really good second half performance from Leeds United. And it was Dan James, and then it was James Justin smuggling it in at the far post. And Leeds United fans will have another happy journey home from Nottingham tonight. It's finished here. Nottingham Forest 0, Leeds